Alright, so that noise you're hearing is the 120 volt motor, the chain reduction drive, and the chain running. And what that's doing is that's giving us power to this transmission right here. So I think maybe that this feed rate selection should still all work. Now I don't know even how to work this, so I kind of hesitate. Oh, what's the worst that can happen? Break it? Let's see. Alright, so that's the, this engages the drive. I'll just shut it off. I'll put it back down. You see the drive is engaged. So with it off, can I move this feed control lever? And it looks like we get a chart here that explains if I put this over into that position there, I'm going to go with the highest rate, 15. So that's going to be in that position there. And these two small levers right here both have to be facing left. That one already is. This one now is. Oh yeah, look at that. There's your rapid inches per minute. That's 15 inches per minute. Now, I want to, before I go disassembling this transmission, I want to know whether or not it really works completely. So I think I'll try a couple of other settings. Let's see, I already tried 12. Let's try this position. That works. This position works. This position, that works. Alright, so let's try something really slow. Let's try 3/10 of an inch per minute. That's going to be this position here. Both levers the other way. So this lever goes. Alright, try and bump that one over in a minute. Takes a little bit of jockeying, but I was able to get that over in that other position. So that's off. I'll put it down, and you can see it is in fact feeding very slowly. That's no fun though. It's going to go fast again. I'll play around with it a little bit, but it does work. Alright, so now that controls this shaft. This shaft drives this transmission. This transmission decides whether or not the feed is going to be forward or reverse. So that's like a neutral right there. So that's one direction. I don't know if you can see it turning. And then that's the other direction, you see it? There's those gears I was talking about earlier. That's for the table. It's no longer on there, of course. There we go, opposite direction. Alright. This is the feed control on-off lever. This is going to engage the feed. So you can see the, I've got the handle control knob there. It's not in the freewheel position, so you can see the knob turning. And you can see the knee is going up. Now if we wanted to move the saddle, this is the saddle. I thought it was the saddle. Nope. Hold on. There we go. This is the on-off control lever for the saddle, or cross feed, I guess. See, that works. And this is for the table, which I already explained how that works. So what's this do? Oh, this must lock the knee. Yeah, this locks the knee. So we definitely want that loose when we're moving the knee up and down. Alright, so the project at hand, I believe, was moving the knee up. And it is going up. Slowly. Well, while I'm sitting here looking at the, or waiting for the knee to come up, looking at this gear change assembly on the side here for the spindle. And it's kind of interesting because it's got looks like it's got 1, 2, these 3 levers apparently have to do with selecting the spindle speed. And there's a chart, and basically it shows you that, oh, I'm sorry, you got 4. You actually got this thing here. So you pull this thing, slide it over into one of these positions, that gets you into one of these columns. And then you've got to look at these little symbols here to figure out where these 3 levers are going to be positioned. So it's kind of funky. You got this lever here, must be this one, for instance. So it looks like this one's in the right hand position. This middle one's in the right hand position. So, and this one's facing up. So it looks like we're here. It looks like it's at 67 RPMs, I'm assuming. So that's kind of neat. This is the big hand clutch. So what I don't understand is this big sucker right here. I mean, this is not, it's got multi-positions, so this also almost seems like it has something to do with maybe speed selection. If it had 3 positions, I would say, well, maybe it's a forward, neutral, reverse deal, but it's clearly 1, 2, 3, 4, and this all the way down here might be like a neutral. So, I wonder if this is like a multiplier. I wonder if, like, you take this number and depending on what position this is in, you multiply that number. That would be my uneducated guess. Boy, 15 inches a minute doesn't seem fast at all when you're waiting for the thing to travel over 1 foot. Actually, that brings up a good point. I don't even know whether or not it's really 15 inches per minute. That 15 inches per minute was assuming that that unit was being driven by the main spindle system, the motor up there. And the transmission's now running off of that auxiliary reduction chain drive. I don't know whether or not that's cranking out anywhere near the proper RPMs. And furthermore, even if this transmission worked, I don't know what this originally had on it for a motor, what the RPMs were on that motor. You know, it was probably a 3-phase motor. Alright, just heard a big bang, gave me a little bit of a scare, and then I heard it again and I realized what's happening is, for some reason, this has stopped traveling up. Must be, I would have thought this would go up higher. Even with the, see, with the table would have been here. But watch what happens. See what's happening? It only goes that high and then it... It's almost like it's reached its limit. But I'm imagining a cutter sitting on here and, well, yeah, I guess that is the limit now that I think of it, because you got to account for the height of the table, and then there'd be a vise on the table maybe holding the work. In other words, I just checked, and from like this top surface right here to the center line of the spindle is about 10 inches, and then from that you would subtract your table height, the height of the table, you know, would be up here somewhere, and then you've got a vise on top of that. So I guess that's it. That's as far as it goes. Oh, I think we'll quit right there. I'm thinking maybe I got to take, maybe if I take this whole gear assembly out and I take that bevel gear, maybe that slides up out of there. Maybe that's what allows this to travel past where it's stopping right now to get the saddle off. I don't know, but I'm going to quit for now. I want to get this table under cover before the rain starts really coming down.